Howdy. So I started a video yesterday and I sort of got kind of off topic. Um, and I kind of, I rewatched it this morning and then I posted it. Like, I kind of don't want to continue. Like, I will, but I kind of don't want to. Because, like, last night I had weirdly specific dreams about people I have not thought about until, I made that video last night. So that was just kind of weird. But I'll keep talking about it. And I really should have written down what I was trying to say so that I'd remember, because I do get off topic and then I end up not saying what I wanted to say, and my phone cuts off video at 26 minutes and 47 seconds. Like, if you look on my YouTube, there's 3 or 4 videos that are exactly 26 minutes 47 seconds. So it just it cuts it off there. So if that's how long this video is, there is probably going to be a part 3. But what I think, let's see, where did I end off yesterday? I was talking about how I have a person. I usually have a person and it changes, and I haven't really had a person in a little while, and I feel like I need one, I guess. But that me finding a person as an adult has been more complicated than it was as whenever I was a teenager, because whenever I was a teenager, I really did not give a shit. I did not care, at all about my well-being. I was not planning on, living. So it was just sort of, I wasn't doing shit. This is Ambien. So, but as an adult, well, whenever I was 19, I started seeing a psychiatrist, and I got on various, well, not various, as in I was taking many at the same time, but antidepressants, and I've tried out a few. I'm currently on Prozac. But, so yeah, I've been on something since I was 19. I really, really, really should have been on something way, way earlier, but that's the cool thing about, I don't know where I was going with that sentence, just there were a lot of warning signs about me growing up that really should have been paid more attention to, and there should have been some sort of attempt to find a solution that didn't happen. Just the only attempt was yelling at me and telling me to stop. Or guilting me into feeling bad about what I've done, making it about making my problems about how it affects people around me. Whenever okay, I'm the one with issues. I don't care about my own well-being. Why do you think that I care about how you're reacting to me not caring about my well-being? Whatever. Not the point right now. I got heated. I'm sorry. See, this is why my videos end up in parts, because I get distracted and I don't know what I'm talking about. So, let's see, let's backtrack a little bit. Where was I? Okay, so what I was trying to get at last night, last video, was it's more complicated as an adult because I actually give a shit now, and I try to do things that are in my own best interest, for my health, my mental health, my well-being in general, instead of just might die, oh well. Actually give a heck. And I was saying yesterday, a lot of the time whenever I had a person, it was somebody that I was dating, and it was more so they were dating me. It was, they were romantically interested in me, and I just sort of went along with it because, hey, attention. but it was never really, really real to me. It was never, I never really, with any of the people that I dated, even people I long term dated, it was never a feeling of like, yeah, this is, like, I'm in love with this person. Like, I could not see life without this person. Like, I guess, like, the experiences I felt in relationships did not line up with the ideals that, like, the way that love is portrayed. Like, I don't know. Um, I don't think I've ever felt true love, is what I'm saying. Because I feel like if I had, I would know it. And if what I felt is love, then it's not worth it, like, at all. And I don't know if that's just because, like, I'm asexual or what, but, like, none of what I've been getting in terms of relationships and connections with other human beings, none of that has been worth, like, the pain of it, like, at all. And so it's more of just like a, if a person wants to be in my life and that's the way they want to be in my life and that's what I have to do to have them in my life, then I'm willing. And I'm, or I was, I'm not, I mean, I still have tendencies, things are, it's hard to change, but like if somebody, if I feel like somebody cares about me, I'd like to keep them in my life because, they care about me. And it's rare that I find someone who I feel like they legitimately care about me. So then I'll do whatever I have to do to keep them. And that's not uncommon. That's really, a lot of people are like that. It's not the most healthy thing, but like, it's not uncommon. But as an adult and as Amina, it's complicated because at this point in my life, I don't want to have sex is a big thing that people tend to want out of adult relationships, even like not even romantic relationships, just sort of like friendships, like, or at least the people I hang around with, but also people I'm friends with. Like, I probably would, even if it was completely platonic and they were just like, we were hanging out and they were just like, hey, wanna, and I'd be like, maybe, but like, it takes a lot to hang out with me in person. I've not hung out with a person in person for like 2 years. So, if you manage to get me to hang out with you alone in person, then yeah, something might happen. But good luck getting to that point. I don't know. It's just like I just want a platonic person. I don't even want a person. I just want a cat. Like, can I just have a cat? Um, the answer is no. I cannot have a cat because we have a dog. And while I really love Toby, he is a good boy. He is a dog. And I am a cat person. I'm not big on, like, being heavily relied upon. Like, if, because with cats, you feed them as often as you feed yourself, and then you just clean up their poop box like every other day. Dogs, you have to take them outside like 6 times a day or they shit on your floor. And that that's too much. That's too much for me. That's kind of needy. And me being a person of at least 22, but technically 27, like, if I wanted that kind of neediness in my life, I would have had a baby by now. And I really don't want to do that. Um, and I feel like people do that. I feel like people, like, I'm not going to throw a statistic out there, but I feel like a lot of people have kids specifically because it is a person who is relying on you for everything. Like, they cannot live if you, like, don't let them. That sounded weird. Like, every single one of their needs you provide. So, and like some people, they'll like find purpose in that. Like, they'll like have an accident pregnancy, but they'll decide to keep it so that they'll have like a inspiration to be better, and like that makes sense. But a lot of the time they're not better, and you just end up with a mentally unstable child. um I'm weird whenever I'm doing things in the daytime. Like, I'm being weird. But like, I feel like people who, I don't know, I very rarely see people who have children who are like people who should have children. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me whenever you create a person and then you act like they owe you something. Like, they didn't ask to be here. You just sort of like didn't wear a condom and now they exist and they have to pay taxes. Like, that's not their fault. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I was talking about my exes. Where was I on that? Um, mm, Guy broke up with me because I thought I was pregnant. What happened after that? Who did I date after that? Actually, I dated a guy before that. Well, I brought that up because I had dated him in high school for like a month, and then I dated him later on, whenever I was in college and he was still in high school. So I'd be doing stuff like that sometimes. Um, I dated a guy whenever, actually, no, there was a whole gap year. I'm completely missing out. I dated this one guy who, like, I don't know if I even dated him. I don't know if there was ever actually a title. We definitely at one point posted on Facebook that we were married just because we thought that was funny. Um, just like to see people's reactions. I don't think we weren't dating. We hung out a lot. He slept at my house a few times, and my mom knows about that. Like, we thought we were sneaky, but like my mom knew like that he was sleeping at my house for 2 weeks. So there's that information. But anyway, he had a girlfriend like almost the entire time. We ah we kind of had like little flings in high school. Like, we were friends in high school, and I was kind of just like, I didn't give a shit. So if people propositioned me in high school, more than likely I was gonna do whatever I like, as I did not give a shit. And I really didn't give a shit if they had a girlfriend. Like, that didn't did not phase me at all. So like, I messed around with him when he had a girlfriend, and that continued. And the same girlfriend, like, why she stayed with him, I don't know. Anyway, they're married now. They've been married for a while. Pretty sure I'm friends with them on Facebook. I don't really know. Anyway, some sketchy shit happened with that, and I don't hang out with them anymore. I don't see. I would call a certain situation that happened, I would call it by a certain word, but I'm choosing to believe that they didn't mean for it to be that, and they weren't aware that that is what they were doing. So, for my own peace of mind, I'm choosing to believe that it was not intentional. Anyway, I forgive you, except I sometimes have flashbacks, and that's kind of not fun. Um, Mm, how did that end? I don't remember that ending. I just remember it just stopped one day. Um, what else? After that, then I went to college, and like it was probably like my first day of college. I met this one guy, and I was in a weird headspace because like I don't know, I don't even have a reason, but like going from high school where I had been in the same group of people since the third grade to going to college where there was suddenly like a bigger, I want to say audience, but that's not correct. But given my actions, it's kind of correct. And so, like, there's different people. And so I had kind of a chance to be a different person. And so I tried. And I'm not a good actor, but I am a decent liar and manipulator. Some might say a sociopath. Mostly just me. Anyway, I this one guy like was interested in me like on the first day of college, and it turns out he was like really, really, really Christian, and said I wasn't. I had like a really small, really Christian phase whenever I was like 12. But then I realized that the Bible is bullshit, and I realized this by reading the Bible. Um, but I grew up going to church every other weekend, so I had a little bit there to work with, and I abused it. No, I didn't abuse it. It was just sort of like it was fun faking it. And like I dated look me, this person with weird crazy hair, Bill freaking Gages. At the time I had double tongue piercing. Um Dating this really, really good old Christian boy, and I was just insane. But managed to date for like 3 weeks, and then he broke up with me, and like I did not care. Like it was an experiment. It was like a challenge for me. So whenever he broke up with me, I was like, "Oh, okay." And but it was in public. So you know, like when somebody breaks up with somebody in public, it's to avoid a scene. So they got a big ol' heckin' scene, and I was over it like 2 days later, and dude, I don't make good choices. I think we've gone through that already. But yeah, anyway, that guy during the very short time we were dating, he told me that he was making bombs just in case, and that's all he said on the topic, and I don't know like in case of what. Um, Other troubling things that he had said was that he had one experience of like a lapse of faith or like questioning his faith, and it was because of the show Ancient Aliens. So, just there's a lot to unpack there, but fortunately, I have not talked to that guy literally since my big ol' scene, and I thank God every day for that. Um, I only have like 5 minutes left before this cuts me off. I don't remember where I was going with this at all. So at this point, I'm just sort of babbling. And we can skip ahead a while. I did have one guy. I lived with him. We dated for like 3, 4 years or something. I don't know. We were just sort of friends. Like we didn't. like, probably in the time that we dated for like 3 or 4 years, we probably had sex less than like 80 times. And I feel like 80 is like still a kind of high number. I feel like maybe like not much. And when we lived together for like a little over a year. We probably had sex like 5 times during that. Like it was a platonic thing. We never like made out. We never really did anything. It was just sort of like we would kiss, just like a kiss, but like that was it. We were just sort of chill and we were like okay and we were comfortable and it was fine. But then it wasn't. And like I feel like maybe we were both just really, really comfortable. So we stayed, but we both knew that we needed to go our own ways. Yeah. After that, I dated a guy who I didn't like him at all. But I dated him because he was there. I know I am friends with you on Facebook, and if you didn't know that already, I'm sorry that you're finding out this way. But like, it's been like 2 years. Get over it. No, just you were there, and I had literally nobody else, and I was in a not good place at all. And I'm sorry for using you like that, I guess, but I don't think I would have made it as far as I did without you there, so that's really cool because I was not in a good place, and the you were like my little escape. So that's really cool, I guess. But then I got like the big escape, and you were far away, so it wasn't like a thing that was reasonable to keep up with. Um, so since then, I really haven't had a person. I do have a person. I do have a person now, but he's not an in-person person, which is weird and silly because he lives in the same town as me, and like I don't know anybody here at all. We except this guy, but I've never met him in person. We just sort of started talking. I could not tell you how we became friends on Facebook, but he lives the same town as me, and we're friends, and we talk almost every single day. I send him the dumb memes that I see, and like we have what's either like a really funny ongoing joke or like a very serious commitment that I don't realize is this serious, but we might get married, but we also might be joking. I'm not completely sure. But like he's a really good guy and I like him and he's my pal and I tell him I love him because I do love him and I try to tell people that I love them. And yeah, it's just like I don't like to leave my house. Going outside scares me. But I feel like eventually I might meet you in person. I might marry you. Who knows? I really need dental insurance. So that's like a big contributing factor to whether or not I get married. Another big part is like I really don't like my last name. I think we talked about this in the last video. Like I'd like to change my last name to Powick, but it seems like it's an easier process to get married and take their last name. But I don't really like your last name. It doesn't fit. I don't think. This video is about to end, but like I thought it would end by now. It hasn't ended. Oh my god. How long does this go on? Oh no. I miscalculated. Now it's just weird. Big weird. Uncomfortable. There might be a part 3. I don't really know where I'm going with this, dude. But like, peace, bye. It still hasn't ended yet? What the damn hell, dude? I'm just gonna end it. Okay, bye.